This is the Hanging with A podcast.
What's up? What's up? This is the Hanging with A podcast coming to you always from Brockton, Massachusetts. Before we even get started with the episode, I just want to say thank you to everybody out there that has been subscribing, that has been liking, that has been commenting on the Hanging with A podcast. The Hanging with A podcast is at 61,000 subscribers on YouTube. That does not happen without the love and support of all of you, so I appreciate all of you. The road to 100K subscribers continues. That is the goal. And that's what we're working towards. So I just thank you for everybody that be tapping in, locking in, and tuning in. You can find the Hanging with A podcast. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Make sure you follow me. I'm on Spotify. Follow me. Like I like to say all the time, I'm all over the place. Thursdays, every Thursday night, me and my boy Mario will be on live, hip hop live, talking about everything that's going on in the hip hop culture. Make sure you catch us on Thursday. Everybody that's been tuning into that, I really appreciate that as well. I have a special guest on this episode. This is episode 68. As you guys know, I like to bring y'all real MCs, people that's out here doing it for the culture, rapping with a message, rapping with a meaning. I came across this guy's music on my timeline, and I followed him, and I like everything that he's talking about and everything that he stands for. He came out with a dope project called Magic and Bird earlier in 2024. That's amazing. So if you have not heard that, go ahead and tap into that. And, you know, he's doing his thing. So without further ado, I give to you Knowitall.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm
Well,
Knowitall, I'm MC. I'm from Queens.
okay.
Big shout out to A for having me on the show. I'm really appreciative, and I'm ready to I hope we have a good conversation.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I'm 32, born and raised in Queens. Born and raised within a house of good music. Grew up with my parents both playing good music. My father put LL Cool J cassette in my hand when I was like 10 years old. So yeah, I'm raised into the culture and things like that. I done been through a lot. I done seen a lot of things. I'm 32. I done had two kidney transplants already.
Mm.
So I done seen a lot. I'm known to be a hard worker, real passionate about everything that I involve myself in. And I'm looking to continue growing as an artist and as a man.
Yeah. No, man, that's beautiful, man. You talk about the transplants, so that had to be when did that happen for you? Like what age?
Well, when I first got sick, I was in high school. I was about 15.
Okay.
And I didn't really understand it. I didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. I guess because it didn't really last that long. I was only on dialysis for about 6 months before my mom gave me a kidney. My mom gave me a
Okay.
kidney when I was 17, and from that point, I was a young man, but I was still ignorant to the situation. I didn't take good care of the kidney. I had it about 6 years, and by the time I was like 24, 25, 23 or 24, that one stopped working, and I got back on dialysis for a second time, and I was on dialysis that second time for about 7 years, and I learned a lot. It was a huge struggle for me. I met a lot of good people. That's around the same time that I found music. I found my passion for music, and I found my voice in music. So to be completely honest, I wouldn't take back my experience for nothing. It's made me the man who I am today. And I'm grateful to still be here.
Yeah, no, man. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. How was life for you growing up?
Man, I grew up in the projects, but to be honest, it was completely fun. Like I didn't know we was poor till I got to like junior high school. Like so, yeah, I had a lot of fun growing up. Typical story. My father wasn't around. I had a lot
Okay.
of uncles and cousins that was in and out of prison.
Okay.
I was always a hustler. Like I always was known for doing my own thing, and was always heavily into lyricism. Like that was always something that I was, even when my peers wasn't. I was always heavily into lyricism and shit like that. Was always known to be a class clown and a good friend. But yeah, I had a great childhood.
Yeah. Okay. No, man. Thank you for sharing that. You know, tell me, who were some of your musical influences when you were growing up?
Okay, well, get the obvious. There's people like Nas because I'm from Long Island City. I live in Ravenswood. Literally 3 blocks down the street is Queensbridge. Like literally 3 blocks.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Nas and Mobb Deep played a huge
yeah.
part in my taste for music and things like that. Um, but like my first rapper that I wanted to that when I heard him, I was like, damn, I have to be this good. This is how good I want to be. Was Big Pun. Big Pun is probably my
Okay,
first favorite rapper ever. So yeah, he's one of my biggest inspirations. After that, after I got into Big Pun and I started to grow as an artist and grow as a listener, the next person I really discovered that really I became infatuated with was MF Doom. And
okay, okay.
he's kind of the person who directed me towards like underground and this being a lane. MF Doom was
Yeah,
kind of So he helped a lot. Becoming a fan of MF Doom developed my style in certain ways and things like that. And then as I got older and started seeing the more modern day underground shit, I got into Rock Marcy, who became another one of my favorite
yeah.
rappers of all time. So I would say on some rap shit, my biggest inspirations is Big Pun, MF Doom, and Rock Marcy. Like that's probably my top three.
Okay, okay. No, I like all three of those. I love the fact that you giving Big Pun his flowers because I say often that I feel like we don't give him his flowers enough.
Yes.
And I know like I know for that he wasn't around for that long. But if you
Hmm.
think about his body of work, you think about Capital Punishment, and you think about like what that album meant to hip hop.
Right.
It's out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
when you say Big Pun, you say MF Doom, you say Mark Marcy, who's heavy on the underground scene right now. People don't know.
Yep.
But I love to see you say Big Pun and give him his flowers because Pun is probably one of the greatest MCs of all time, to be honest.
Absolutely. He
Yeah.
absolutely is for sure.
Um, was there a specific moment when you decided to pursue music as a profession?
Okay. Well, okay. It happened real randomly. So this is about when I
Yeah.
was 19. I've always been into lyricism, and it always really infatuated me. When me and my friends we used to smoke, and we would like listen to like Big L and shit like that. So and we were like outcasts because of that. Like around the time I was growing up, the thing was like Waka Flocka, Chief Keef, which I'm a fan of as well. I'm a fan of that style as well. But I'm from New York, so I gotta represent my city. So like
Yeah.
that's the more of the route that I went to. So okay, I was about 18, 19, and I had this summer youth job at this hospital. Um, and they randomly decided to drug test us one day, and I failed the drug test. And on my way home from failing this drug test, something told me to buy a notebook. Something was just telling me, I don't know where this came from. Something told me buy a notebook because I always wanted to rap, and I wrote this. I have this notebook still to this day, and yeah, so I just started writing in it from that day. And the only person I would really show my writings to was my friend Josh, who's still my good friend today. And from that day, yeah, I just started writing every day and getting better and better. And then what had happened was I told you I got sick around 23. And when I got sick around 23 for the second time, it gave me time to sit and think of, and I came to a conclusion that I wasn't happy with where I got to in my life at that point. I felt like I wasted a lot of time, and I really wanted to dedicate myself to something. And I had a lot of time to myself. Rapping something you do a lot. I stayed in my notebook. So yeah, I really started to develop my style and a way I'm going to market and promote my stuff around when I got sick. So yeah, me getting sick plays a huge role in where I am today musically. Absolutely. So yeah, around that time from about 18 to 23 was like my incubation period for becoming Knowitall.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Thank you very much for sharing that with us as well. When did
For
you
sure.
fall in love with hip hop?
Man, that's such a hard question, but at the same time, it's like, when I was like 10, okay, I'm born in 92. So this is like around like 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
My father was putting me on. He was playing me Nas, Illmatic, and he was playing me 50 Cent and all of this stuff. And I just gravitated towards it. My father put the first he get to the point he gave me a boom box with a bunch of old tapes. And man, I just been first of all, my father is the reason I'm like an old man to this day. Because the first physical medium I ever had was cassette tapes. And I used to come outside with the damn boombox and niggas would be like, yo, what you doing with this boombox? And yeah, so I gotta 100% give credit to my father for getting me into hip hop, as well as my older sister Candace played a huge role in a lot of my passions today, including hip hop, including sports, including like sneakers. Like my older sister played a huge role in a lot of the stuff that I'm passionate about today, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's dope. We'll talk a little bit more about Illmatic, man, down in a little bit in the interview, man. But
For sure.
Illmatic is it's a timestamp in hip hop. I actually, it's crazy because I got into this back and forth with somebody earlier this week about the difference between a rapper and an MC. He was trying to
Mm,
tell me that we were talking about Jay-Z and Nas, and
mm,
he was telling me, I said Jay-Z's a rapper, Nas is an MC. And he was like, "Oh,
interesting.
Jay-Z's an MC too." No, he has moments. Jay-Z's more of a rapper. He's very commercial, right?
That's interesting.
Not not taking nothing away from Jay-Z. Jay-Z's is my favorite rapper of all time. You know what I
Oh,
mean? That's my favorite rapper of all time. But when I listen to Nas, if you think about it, right, Nas's flow has been the same flow that he came in with in '94. His flow hasn't changed
yes.
because it's so clean, and it's just so smooth the way that he
It don't need to
flows.
be fixed. It don't need to be
Right.
fixed.
No, don't need to be fixed. And that was a debate that, me and that person got into. And long story short, I was telling them that Illmatic is the greatest rap album ever created, in my opinion.
Hmm.
That's my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their other opinions, but for you to be 19 years old and I never been to Queens, but
Right.
when I put Illmatic on, I feel like I'm in Queens,
Okay, I
right?
see.
10 tracks, and he was 19 years old when he did that. So, you know what I mean? I mean, he got a line on there. He said, I went to hell for snuffing Jesus. Like, come on, man. My man snuffed Jesus. Like, you gotta like really, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really break it down. But, I that's my greatest rap album of all time. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's one of them.
Oh,
Talk to me about your rap name, man, because your rap name is very, very unique. Like, where did that Knowitall? Like, where did that come from?
okay, that's a good question that I like answering. Growing up, I was always a smart kid, real bright kid, right? And I had a habit. I love to argue and I love to debate with people to the point where people, even my mother, my friends, everybody was like, "You think you know everything? You think you know everything? You think you know everything?" I actually end up being high school valedictorian as well. So it
Okay.
only got worse. You think you know everything. You think you know everything. So I ran with it. I think I know everything. I'm know it all. But the thing is, I don't think I know everything though. But it's just it was really like to get those people upset. The people that will always say, "You think you know everything." So I'm gonna name myself Know It All. That's where that comes from.
Okay. Okay. No, I like that, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when um, shout out to, I believe, a thousand words and Richard Gray.
Yes. Great.
Um,
Good men.
good
Great
guy.
men. Great men.
Good man. Great man. They had an Eva show over here in Lynn, Massachusetts, that I went to for the first time. Um, I really, really have been getting into underground hip hop. I don't really listen to a lot of mainstream anymore.
Right.
Because in my humble opinion, underground hip hop is the best hip hop out right now.
It is for
Um,
sure. It is.
just the sound that you guys are creating, the hunger that you guys are rapping with, the projects that you guys are coming out with, the volume that you're coming out with these projects. Um, I just think underground hip hop's the best hip hop. The Eva show, I was around so many. I don't think I've ever in my life been around so many MCs in one
Yes.
place. You know what I mean?
True
That
great men.
was, you
Great men.
know,
Yeah.
great people willing to chop it up with you, willing to talk to you, willing to come on your podcast,
Right.
um, to come on my podcast. So talk to me, man, about that experience, man. And like what that meant for you to be on the stage and for them to come to New York and for you to be able to represent where you from and
Man.
represent your music.
Man. First of all, thousand words, bro, has helped me more than he knows, man. And I'm glad that you give me the opportunity because I thank this man so much that I know I get on his nerves. Like I'm constantly whenever I see him, yo, thank you, bro, thank you, I really appreciate you. He's had me on 3 EVA. I've been on 3 different EVA shows so far.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
he had no reason besides liking my music to put me on the show. He didn't know me from a hole in the wall. He just happened to hear my music through somebody else, and he became a supporter of what I got going on. And whenever he has opportunities, he called my phone and he tell me like, "Yo, I want to get you on this. I want to get you on that." And as far Ricky Gray as well, another great man, bro. Like like a big thing in hip hop today is like gatekeeping, where people don't want to bring new people in. They didn't do
Yeah,
that. They seen some talent that they liked, and they put me, and they felt that I deserved to be on stage, and they put me on stage, and I'm forever grateful for them. And you'll never ever hear me say nothing bad about them, and ever. So I just want to say that 1,000 words. And Ricky Gray, I really do appreciate you, brothers, for real. Thank you so much.
yeah, yeah. I couldn't make it to the one in New York, man, but I saw the clips, and you guys really, y'all tore the house down with that, man. So,
Great
um,
experience.
which is beautiful. I mean, that's the way I was able to come across your profile and find your music, and I was like, damn, like, all right, I need to really lock in, man, to what you got going on, man, because um, just the way you flow, man, like your flow is not it's different, you know what I mean, but you're still, it's still lyricism, man, at its
Hmm.
finest. Um, where did that style come from, man? Is it something that you just created, or like where did it come
Man,
from?
bro. I've always been different, like in everything I've ever done in life. Like I'm left-handed, and I'm real unorthodox in everything. I got the sloppiest handwriting I've probably ever seen. So I'm just like that. Like I'm just a mess. Like and how I do everything. I'm just unorthodox. And even a friend of mine who's also a dope MC that's been on several of my songs, Rebel Sky,
Hmm.
they told me, when like all other rappers, we all swordsmen. They coming like that, but I'm coming at you diagonally. My style is I'm
Yeah,
slicing diagonal, so it's a little
yeah,
bit different. And
yeah,
I'm happy that people see. No, I'm happy that I'm unique. I'm happy that I'm my own person. That's real important to me. I've always been
yeah,
original, so I'm happy that I stand out because people think that I'm an individual. So like I'm real proud of that. But yeah,
yeah.
that's just who I
No,
am. I'm just different. Like, yeah.
yeah, no. I mean, your style is amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? The
Thank
way
you, bro.
that
I
you
appreciate
flow,
that.
and it's just different. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. Um, I talk to me a little bit, man, about the Magic and Bird project. In my opinion, I feel like that was one of the top projects that come out in 2024. I know you got a project coming out tomorrow. I want to talk to you a little bit about that also.
Okay.
Um, but talk to me a little bit about the Magic and Bird album, man. It was, I believe it was produced by Morning Run, if I'm correct.
All right. I'm gonna fix all of this for you. I'm gonna fix all of this for you. Okay. So Magic and Bird is a collab album with Morning Run. Morning Run is a rap group. And they
Okay.
from your part of town. They from Massachusetts. And that's
Okay.
the reason why it's called Magic and Bird, because I'm black and I'm like magic the way I come and do things. And they from Boston, the Boston area, and they like Larry Bird. And we've been rapping and going at it for years. Like the rappers, it's me and then it's Morning Run rapping on every song. We got a few features. Morning Run is a group of multiple people. Um,
Okay. I didn't know that.
it's
Okay.
produced. Yeah, if you go through the track list, I got it. If you go through the track list, you see all of the producers on there. Like the first track is produced by Skip the Kid, who also helped us executive produce the album. The second track is by Outkast. You got Skip the Kid again. You got my man Happy Art, who's also on Air BNE. You got a track by Zilly 900, who's also on Air BNE. You got the young goat Clown Cat on there, who's a young talented young man who's done work with a lot of your favorite artists. Who else is on here? Yeah, you got Philip Newth, who produced Caution Laser and Use. He from all the way out of Norway. So yeah, it's a bunch of different producers on here. Me and Morning Run, man, that was an album we've been wanting to do, and we looking to do a deluxe version of it as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean my favorite tracks on there is Game 7, um,
Okay,
Magic and Bird, and
yeah,
Mourn It All are some of my three
yeah, yeah,
favorite
yeah.
tracks on there.
Yep,
I
I
love
appreciate
the yeah, no problem, man. I love the whole project, man. But I was like, man, I I definitely love those are definitely my favorite tracks. Um Talk to me a little bit, man, about how when you think about the New York rap scene, how do you feel about the New York rap scene right now?
Okay, it's a very good question. Okay, I feel there's absolutely a lot of talent within it. I think there's absolutely a lot of talent within the New York rap scene.
Hmm.
I think a big problem in it is New York niggas, man. New York people are very more egotistical than the average person. So it's a lot of it's real clicky, and oh, I don't want to work with this person. Oh, I want to be in competition with this person. Like the competition in rap is healthy when it's musical, but when it becomes
Yeah,
when it becomes like I ain't fucking with them because that's competition. I ain't do. That's when we stop the culture and the scene from growing. But when
yeah,
it's musical competition, that's when it grows. But when it becomes egotistical and diva type action and all that, that's when it stops and things become stagnant. And I do honestly feel like the New York scene is a little stagnant right now because of things like that. Because not necessarily collaborations, but because there's a lot of clicks and things together. But we all need to be pooling our resources. Because look, realistically, barely anybody underground is making more than $10,000 a year. So all of the ego and the diva shit needs to go out the window. So yeah, it's time to build and collaborate and pool our resources and stop acting funny towards each other because you feel slighted or you feel like this person is doing better or this is like forget all of that. Put the competition on the wax. Everything else is diva shit. That's honestly how I feel.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I mean, and I feel that. I feel like I say all the time, man. If we're gonna get ahead, we have to learn how to work together to get ahead. We're so in competition with each other, man. It's crazy. And because we're so in competition with one another, we're not able to get ahead and get to where we need to be.
Absolutely.
So I feel you on that, man. I definitely do. Talk to me, man, about the Big East tour. We talked a little bit about it, man, offline. I'm definitely gonna try to get tickets, man, and go to that when you guys come here to Boston.
Man, you don't need no
Um,
ticket, man. You come out the door, you coming in, don't even gotta worry about none of that, bro.
all right. But I'm definitely gonna come. I'm definitely gonna come, man, and see the show. So talk to me about that, man. Like, how did that come about?
Okay, so I got a collective with my people called the Pentagon, emphasis on the pen.
Okay.
And Patty Honcho, Black Chidori, Happy Art, Zilly 900, Trash Thompson, Dirty Mosa, and I'm probably gonna miss a couple of people, but yeah, we got a collective of great men, and a lot of them are younger than me, and I want them to. I want to experience all these great things with them because these guys are solid and they're real talented, and I want people to hear them and I want people to see their talent. So I'm like, yo, we should do a tour together because we just did a tour last year. That's where Air BNE comes from. So we did a
Okay.
we did a tour last year thanks to Concept. Concept is a brother from out of the south, from out of he from I believe he's from New Orleans, but he's staying in the Texas area. And
Okay.
yeah, he had us come down to San Antonio. We did a show out there, and then we did some more shows around the country and shit like that. And we're super grateful to him and the other people that helped out with that. So I'm the type of guy that I see everybody else doing tours and shit like that. I'm not gonna whine. I'm not gonna get into no hissy fit, no diva shit. I'm gonna do my own tour. You know, I don't like to wait around for people to throw me opportunities. I like to create opportunities. And that's what I teach the younger guys that's up under me within the Pentagon. Like, don't wait and don't sit around and bitch and moan for no opportunities. Create an opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm all about realistically. We're gonna do this tour out of our own pocket, and then we plan on going leaving the country next year with it. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
that's what it's
dope.
really about is me showing these younger artists that you don't gotta wait for no opportunities. Like it's up to you to create your opportunities, man. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really what
yeah.
this tour is about. It's to
No,
show the young
I
guys up under me that we could do
definitely,
this.
man. Definitely. I can't wait. I can't wait to
Pentagon,
see. All right, Pentagon. Shout out to the Pentagon, man.
word.
I can't wait to meet you in person, man, and see you do your
Same.
thing, man, and everybody else in the Pentagon and all the artists that you got coming on this, man. That's I mean, brilliant that you're doing a tour and
Thank you, bro.
to showcase all of these incredible people and yourself.
Yep.
Um, how do you feel about underground hip hop right now?
In general, I think it's in a beautiful space. I think there's a lot of talent. Oh shit, people gonna want to kill me for this. But I think from the top of it, like there needs to be more new energy going into that top level.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of stuff at the bottom. The bottom is like pretty active. Like you constantly see new people, but at the top, it's like we've been waiting for the same five guys to drop albums for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still the same five people on top that's been on top for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's not healthy. That's not healthy for the game. And
Nah.
like more power to the guys at the top, especially people like Griselda, who everybody in underground hip hop owes a big thank you to for making this thing for basically monetizing underground hip hop again. People like them, Rock Marcy, Mock Homie, they made this shit worth money again. So we all owe them a big thank you and a bow and and to kiss the ring to people like Westside Gun, Rock Marcy, and them. But yeah, I just feel like we need more new energy, like at that top level, the top tier level. And I'm looking to make the moves to make me and my team some of the new energy going to the top level. But yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Griselda, Rock Marsh, and all of them. They opened up the floodgate. And when I see them in person, I'm gonna thank them. Like I do that. I thank people until they get tired of me thanking them. But I feel I owe it to them. But yeah, I
Yeah.
feel it's in a good space. There's a lot of talent, but like the people ascending from like the bottom to the top needs to happen more. And maybe that's up to us. Maybe we not being innovative enough. Maybe we need to go take it up another notch. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. No. 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 I mean, you speaking. You speaking right, man. Definitely shout out to Griselda, Westside Gun, because if you really sit down and think about it, Benny, Conway, that
Yep.
whole crew, they ushered in this sound. They brought this sound back. And
Man.
also, let me not forget one of my favorite MCs of all time. Shout out to Ransom also.
Yes,
Um,
yes. He's one of them
because a
too.
lot of
Yep.
people,
Absolutely.
because a lot of people, what people don't understand is that Ransom was out before. But the
The A
lane in the
team and all that shit.
right, the lane in the pocket that he's in right now, the game is that's what it is right now. So he's killing it right now because it's we're back to real MCing, and we're back to lyricism, and we're back to boom bap, and we're back to that sound, and that's what hip hop
Yes.
is. That's what hip
Yes.
hop is. And I don't want to take anything away from the drill rappers and people that do
Mm-hmm.
that type of song, because there's a pocket and there's a lane for them. You know what
Right.
I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And I have some of my artists that I love that I've had on this show. Like that's the type of music that they do, and I support them
Mm-hmm.
100%. But
Absolutely.
it's always good to see MCs like yourself, you know what I
Thank you.
mean, doing it for the culture. West Side Gun. You probably met my guys, man, Feed the Family, when you were
Of
when,
course.
at
Yeah.
the Eva
Yeah.
show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sheikh Hadnif, Top Hooter, Dundilly,
Yep.
and, and
Yep.
and and Brody Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like
Of
they're
course.
carrying the flag right now for Boston MCs and Boston hip hop. So
Shout out to them.
um, you know what I mean? Definitely much love to them. So it's just nice to see, you know what I mean, that everything is kind of like coming full circle again, man. It's coming back to music with a message, and it's coming back to lyricism.
Absolutely. I don't think that it's ever went anywhere, but I definitely think that, like I said, Griselda and Rockin' them, like they revived it and they made artists like myself realize like, oh, people still care about this. Like, oh, I can still do this and like, actually like make a couple dollars or make a name for myself. Like it's still something I can still do this shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
So like big shout out to Rock Marcy and Griselda and all of them. And they done a huge service to the culture, man.
yeah, yeah,
Rock
definitely.
Marcy, West Side Gun, one of the most important people in hip hop history. People not gonna. That's gonna sound crazy now, but when looking back at history, West Side Gun is one of the most important people in history.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I definitely agree with you there. Um, how do you deal with criticism of your music, man?
Great question. Growing up, I was very sensitive, and I couldn't take criticism and things like that. Growing up, I was like a crybaby, I guess you would say. So, I guess I went into music knowing like people are going to have shit to say about this, and me being so hard on myself, kind of me being so hard on myself and wanting to get better because I knew where I needed work at made me hungry for criticism. And
Yeah,
that's why I think I've been able to continuously grow is because now that I'm older, I love that. I love criticism. I love when people tell me like, "Yo, you need to do this with your flow," like because I love that because sometimes I don't notice and I need to hear it, and I'm looking to get better. So I I listen to what people say. If the criticism makes sense, if it's not just some hate and shit, if it's actual criticism, I'm going to listen and I'm going to try to improve. So next time I come back, I show you. I'm gonna be like, did I do what you said? Like I love that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I love that response, man. What's the name of the first song you ever wrote? You know the name of the first song you ever wrote?
Damn, that's a good ass question. No, I don't remember the name. I remember the name of the first project I ever released. It's called The Revolution Again. I do not remember the
Okay.
name of the first song I wrote, but I had my first rhyme book in my closet. But back then I was just writing. They didn't have titles or nothing. None of that shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's dope. You got a new album coming out tomorrow, man. I can't wait to hear it. And talk to me, man, a little bit about that, man. Talk to me about the process of that. I'm still listening to the Magic and Bird, man, album that you came out with, man, and I'm like, man, this brother, man, he's special, man. You got something, man, right
Thank you
now,
so
man,
much.
and I hope that I just hope that you keep giving us, man, and this level of MCing that you're
Bro,
doing right now, bro. But
bro, I got like
talk
7
to me,
albums on the way, bro.
yeah, talk to me about this album you got coming out tomorrow, man. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Damn, I thought I had the damn Air BNE CD on me. All right, let me. Oh, I got the vinyl right here. Look, Air BNE coming out
Okay.
tomorrow. This the first Pentagon project. This the first project with the Pentagon, featuring myself, Patty Honcho, Ern De Niro. We got a feature from Unruly, Casey Jones. It's fully produced by Happy Art and Zilly 900. They both members of the Pentagon as well. So yeah, this is our first time doing a group project. This is something that we came up with the title Air BNE, like Airbnb, but breaking and entering. We came up with this title while we was in San Antonio in an Airbnb. And yeah,
That's
it just
dope.
came together. It just came together so beautifully. Every title of every song is named after something that we did or somewhere we was at. We got slap boxing at the Alamo. When we was in San Antonio, we were legit slap boxing at the Alamo. You got vacation. We was on a vacation. Ice Street. That's a street in Maryland. We did a show in Maryland. Baltimore Tennis Club. That's a place we went again when we was in Maryland. Wimby Post Fade. That's from us being in San Antonio. Big Gunpowder Zill is a place in Maryland again. Snow Island is a fucking crazy soulful restaurant that we went to in San Antonio. And the bottom track, Alfa Romeo. That's because my man Casey Jones, he pulled up on us in an Alfa Romeo. But yeah, this shit is super dope. And matter of fact, once we're done with this interview, bro, I'm gonna send you the link to it so you can listen to it early. I'm gonna send you
Thank
some
you,
shit to it
bro.
as soon as
Thank
we're
you,
done.
bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
word,
Shout out to
word.
Maryland too, man. I'm from Maryland, so that's home
Okay,
for me.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's home for me, man. So shout out to
We be
Maryland,
there on the
man.
tour as well.
Okay,
We
okay.
stopping in Frederick, and then
Frederick
maybe
County.
maybe going to Baltimore to do a show.
All right, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Word.
You know what I mean? Much love to Maryland, man. But I can't wait to hear the project, man. I've been seeing you
It's dope.
promoting it. I've been seeing you doing all of that, man. So I can't wait to hear it, man.
That shit is dope,
Um
bro.
I already asked you that question. Want to get your thoughts on something, man, because
Let's go.
my wife and I actually recently talked about this a little bit a couple of days after the Super Bowl. She asked me, my opinion and what I thought of the Kendrick Lamar performance, and I gave my opinion. I have a little bit of a deeper, you know what I mean. I have a little bit of a deeper um, message behind it. I'll let you go, and then I'll tell you like what I see. But I
Okay.
want to know your opinion as an MC. What did you think about Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl?
Okay, so I didn't see it live because I was at work. But
Okay, okay.
man, how can I say? Kendrick is dope, and like I just think, how can I say, man? I don't want to sound like an asshole. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of like dissing and calling somebody a pedophile, like at without like any type of something that like publicly. I think it's very distasteful
Yeah,
to use that platform to like shit on somebody else.
yeah,
But like I don't really like. I'm not into the Kendrick Drake thing. Like I'm not. I'm very into my own world as far as underground hip hop.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
obviously, I grew up listening to a lot of both of them, and I got a lot more Drake songs in my playlist than I do Kendrick. But like Kendrick won that battle. Like he
Yeah, oh
absolutely
yeah,
won.
100%.
But like I'm not really into like the mainstream shit like that, bro. I got to be completely honest. Like more
Yeah,
power to both of them. I hope they both make billions of dollars. And yeah, it's
yeah,
just like really not my wave. Like I wish them both nothing but success. Like I said, I just think it's distasteful to like use that platform to diss somebody.
yeah. So I love your response. Thank you for your honesty on that. So my wife is my mother-in-law is white. My father-in-law's from Cape Verde. So
Okay.
my wife is half Cape Verde, half white. Right.
Ah,
My kids are biracial. All right.
right.
So like if you really sit down, if you take a step back and you really sit down and you look at this, you
Hmm.
could say like this is colorism, to be honest, right?
That's
You're
interesting.
saying that a man that is his mom is white, his dad is black,
Right.
but he looks black, right? He
Yeah,
is
I never
black,
questioned Drake's blackness
right?
for the record.
But like if you think about it, right, you're pretty much what you're saying. You've made this a dark skin, light skin thing. You're not as black as me. You're not as black as me,
Hmm.
so you can't use the N word.
Hmm. Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? And like when I'm looking at Drake, my son looks like Drake.
Hmm.
You
Okay,
know,
I see.
my kids, that's their like that's their identity. So like
Right.
now
Okay,
you're
I
telling me,
understand.
oh, because they don't look like me, I'm dark skinned. Oh, y'all black card is revoked. You know what I'm saying? See, like
Oh,
that's the way that I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
you're
many
not
people are
wrong, man.
looking right, but I don't know if many people are looking at it that way. But that's the way that I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, yo, this is how I see it. And look, I might be way off. I might be wrong, but
No, I don't
you know
think
what I
you are,
mean?
bro.
In my humble opinion, that's pretty much what he's doing. You
That
end the song
is
saying we don't want to hear you say the N-word no more. Why not? Like, I don't like the N-word, period. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I wish that we just wouldn't call each other that at all. You know what I mean?
You know,
But
that is go ahead, bro.
but like because I know, you know, let me just, break it down even a step further. I teach 5th through 8th grade social studies.
Oh,
I'm teaching them
that's dope.
history. You know what
Right.
I mean? I'm teaching them history. So, and I tell them all the time, they know the pain behind that word because I've taught my
Mm,
students that. You know what I mean? We don't use that word because that's what they called us when they had us on the auction block and they were hanging us from trees. Why would we call
right.
each other that? What's the point? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? It's about
Understood.
empowerment and moving forward. So that's my take, and like that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that. I'm very passionate when it comes to that because I just feel like there's no place for that. And I feel like, when I look at the Kendrick and Drake thing, that's what he's doing to me.
Man, yo, like I held back a lot. Like Kendrick has a tendency to me to pander.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely used like the black card to get people to like turn their anger on Drake. Like he used everything he possibly could. Oh, you're a pedophile, you're this, you're that. And if he is a pedophile, fucking burn him at the stake. But like we need
Yeah.
to see proof of like we can't just be saying this shit. Like
Yeah, yeah,
um
yeah.
but like yeah, like I really don't like how he turned everybody against Drake. And it's like, yeah, it definitely like they not like us had multiple different meanings, and
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
interpreted however they wanted to. And your interpretation, I don't think you're incorrect. I think that's a very interesting point what you made, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
disagree with you.
Thank you,
Word,
brother.
because
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
I
that.
never looked at Drake and questioned his blackness. Like he looked like a light skinned dude to me, as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned. Like
yeah. It's the same to me too. It's the same to me too.
yeah,
But
so
no,
right.
I appreciate your opinion on that as well. Um, your favorite rap album of all time. What's
Oh
your
my
favorite rap
god.
album of all time?
Oh god.
If you had to,
All right.
if you had to pick one, you know what I'm saying? You're going on a long car ride. I put this in, no skips. What you
Damn,
playing?
that's hard. It's a that's very hard. But like to what you said earlier about Illmatic, that's so interesting to me because I like it was written more than Illmatic, but that's not
Oh,
my favorite
okay.
of all time. Like you know what else is interesting? I think the greatest. It's very hard for me to pick the greatest of all time. Like I'm about to rant for a second, so just give me a second.
Okay,
But
okay.
I think the greatest rap performance ever on an album is Reasonable Doubt. But
Ah, Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like I think that rapping performance is just insane. But
Yeah,
your
yeah,
point
yeah.
of Nas dropping Illmatic when he was 19, so that means that he was recording some of these when he was 17.
Yep.
So like no, like so that makes that shit insane. Like I agree with you. But for me, if I had to pick one album, rap album, and ride to it, it would be Rock Marcy Reloaded, bro. No skips on that fucking album. That's my answer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I feel that. I feel that. I was blessed, man. And you know, I've been doing this for 4 years, man, and um I love it, man. I love being in this space. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where you feel like, you know what, I'm comfortable. I feel like I found my lane with this.
Right, right, right.
Um and I was fortunate enough to have the DOC come on my podcast,
Oh
man.
shit,
And
that's crazy.
I had him come on for episode 50. I've been a DOC fan, man, since I've been in high school.
He's underrated
Um
as fuck, actually.
yeah, he's underrated. He's probably one of the greatest writers, one of the greatest MCs of all time. He came out with no one could do it better in 1989, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. It came out in
Damn, man, he was rapping at a
yeah,
high level at age. Like
yeah,
that's
high
crazy.
level. He lost his voice unfortunately, and you know he couldn't follow that back up, man. But I learned so much for him, man, in that interview that I did with him, man, about the difference between a rapper and an MC, and him battling Ice Cube and him writing for Easy E, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, so you know, I when I got that episode, man, which is by far the biggest person I've had on my platform. Um, you know, I was like, man, like, you know, this is, you know, and he told me offline, he said, man, make sure, man, you get in real lyricism on here. He's like,
Mm,
I see a lot of podcasts, man, where they just clout chasing and they just want to get
yes.
what's hot. He was like, man, make sure, man, you get in lyricism on here and you're getting real MCs on here. And you also are, you know, opening the door to like other things too. Like I got an episode coming out next Friday. Shout out to Nemo the Curl Plug. She's a comedian out of the Bronx.
Oh, that's nice,
You know what
man.
I'm
That's
saying?
nice.
So you know, man, I mean, I love hip hop and it's hip hop, it's a hip hop based podcast. But man,
Right.
I've met so many incredible, talented people, man, out here doing some incredible shit. And I'm just fortunate enough, man, I've been able to have them come on this platform and come on my platform, man, to share their story, man, and be willing to, you know, kick it with me, man, for an hour or 2 hours and talk about what they're doing. I just did an episode with a very talented woman from out here. Her name is Nemk. I think that episode
Mm-hmm.
right now is at I think that episode right now is like at 112,000 views. You know
Oh
what I'm
shit.
saying? So you know what I mean. You know, there's so many incredible people, and then you know this episode that I'm doing with you as well. So it's just been beautiful, man. Just to you know have these conversations, man, and just meet a lot of great people doing a lot of great shit. To be honest.
Right, man. That sounds beautiful, man.
Um, Give me your top ten favorite rappers of all time.
Oh God, bro, I'm not like a.
I
I
gotta
suck at
do.
this type of
I
list.
gotta. I
All right,
gotta
all
do
right,
it.
all right. I'm gonna put the obvious ones first. You got like, all right. I don't know if it's gonna. It's not gonna be order either. I
Mhm.
gotta put Jay Z,
It's yep,
Nas,
yep,
MF Doom,
yep.
Rock Marcy,
Rock Marcy,
Ghostface.
Ghostface.
That's five.
Yep.
God damn it. See, this is why I go blank after the five because it's like,
Yeah, yeah. I
all
mean,
right, all right, I got one for you.
nobody's
Bronzo
ever had
Ka,
Yep,
that's six.
yep.
Damn it, bro. Who else will be in my top 10, bro? I'm terrible at top tens.
You got a good
Um,
top 10. Nobody's ever done. This is my 68th episode. Nobody's ever put Rock Marciano in their top
that's
10.
six. Who else? I said Rock,
MF Doom has been on one.
Mock.
Yep,
I said Rock, Mock, Ka, Nas, Jay, and Ghostface. That's six.
yep. That's
I'm gonna put
six.
Prodigy. I'm gonna put Prodigy.
Yep. Nobody's ever said Prodigy. That's dope. Prodigy's very underrated as well, as
I
far
didn't
as
say
this
pun.
MC.
That's pun. Pun is eight.
You didn't
That's
say
the eighth
pun.
one.
Yep, yep.
I don't know how I skipped that.
And you got two more.
Cool G Rap.
Cool G Rap. Shout out to Queens. Queens is definitely in the building.
Yeah, man, for sure. Cool G rap. And who's gonna be the last one?
I
Man,
think. I mean, LL was your favorite. Was your first.
you know what, bro? Like realistically, he probably should be in the like. He's yeah. I'm gonna put LL in there, bro. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, yeah.
Shout out to Queens. Queens is definitely in the building, man.
Word.
LL, Cool G Rap, Nas, yeah, and Prodigy. Those are some good ones. HNIC by Prodigy is a classic.
Bro, you
Um,
have no idea, man. Love that album.
I what legacy do you want to leave behind with your music?
Oh, that's a great question. But I guess with my music is for people to enjoy it. But the legacy I want to leave behind, like within the underground hip hop community, is like the amount of people I affected positively, how many people I helped. I have a lot of, I throw my own show, and I've given a lot of people and a lot of kids their first time on a stage, and it's nothing that brings me more joy than people coming back like, yo, this is the guy that gave me my first show, and he did like that is the biggest joy I get out of it is the people that I help. And that's why I always say to create. That's why I like to create my own opportunities because that way I can lift others up with me and they learn to go create their own opportunities. And now we got a whole network just going, just revolving based on us. So, yeah, man, the legacy that I want to leave with the music is the people that I've helped, like, and the people that I've given opportunities to, and just watching them grow themselves. Like I know it sounds like some movie shit, but like I'm really not selfish, and um, I don't really do this shit just to get some money or something like that. Like I really care about the culture. I follow the rules of the culture, and I want to see it continue to grow. And I want to see the young kids that's talented. I want to see them get their opportunities too. And that's just like what's really most important to me is to make sure the people that you're supposed to hear, you hear them.
I love that. I love that, man. I love that. I love that response. What's a quote you live by?
God damn it. Okay, this is what's his name? I think it's Winston Churchill, who was not the best person ever, but I think he said, "Comparison is the thief of joy."
Comparison is a thief of joy. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. I meant to ask you this early in the interview, man. But how has your family and friends, man, been supportive about your music?
man, bro. My parents went to the first show I ever done. My parents was right in the front row clapping, and my mother gave me like when I was sick, she gave me the okay, like you should do this. This is what you should do. You should be rapping. You should be making music. So yeah, my family, my sisters, and my friends is ultra supportive, and I couldn't be more thankful for them.
No, I love that. I love that. Two more. I got three more questions for you. This one right here is
All right,
this is a signature of mine. I ask everybody this. 68 episodes. This
got
will be
it.
my 68th time asking somebody this. Um, 10 people you invite to dinner, dead or alive. Who you
Oh god.
inviting?
Oh my god,
You
bro.
can invite
Man,
anybody, dead or alive. You can invite
all
anybody
right,
you want to this dinner.
fuck. Malcolm X,
Malcolm X. Okay.
Bobby Hemmett.
Okay.
They're not gonna like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci,
Yep.
Stevie Wonder,
Okay. Stevie Wonder ain't never been
Mark
at a
Hamill.
dinner.
Hey,
Okay.
Mark Hamill.
Yep.
I want to pick his brain. Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio
Okay.
was he started a financial firm called Bridgewater. That's
Okay.
five. Um, my great grandmother, who I've never met, who I've done a lot of genealogy research on. I'd like to talk to her.
Okay.
So that's six. Man, this is a great question that I've never been asked. Um, that's six. Man, what's his name? Marsalis Winston. I'm tripping. Wynton Marsalis. Wynton Marsalis, who's one of the greatest living jazz musicians today. Wynton
Okay.
Marsalis. That's seven. Man, this is good, bro. Will Chamberlain.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into my sports people. Okay, Will Chamberlain, and I'm gonna finish it with Satchel Paige and Sugar Ray Robinson.
All right. That's dope. Shout out to Sugar Ray Robinson. He's
Yeah.
from Severn, Maryland. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? So
shit,
shout
right.
out to him. All right. What is your favorite rap lyric of all time?
Fuck, man. I don't know. Yeah, that's so hard, bro. All right, I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just say something stupid that Rock Marcy said, like, "Yo, ass so fat, she had me tripping, like trying to stick Rod Strickland." Oh no, man.
Okay,
Oh no, fuck
okay.
that. I like that. That's
What
good.
would
Like
be
that. Like that.
mine? What would be mine? Mine would be. This is hard for me too. Mine's would be Bring
This
It
is so
On.
hard, bro.
Mine's would be Bring It On. Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, Mannerisms of a Young Bobby De Niro,
Oh shit, man. That's a great one.
Spit Spanish
Center
wisdom in the
with
whip
De
with De
Niro.
Niro, crime
Crime
organized
organized like the
like the
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, I cream, I diamond gleam, high post like Hakeem.
Like
Yeah, that
Hakeem.
was crazy.
Shit, man.
That
That
was
whole
crazy.
album, he's spazzing out. He's spazzed in that whole
Yeah, he
album, bro.
is. He definitely is. What's some last question, man? What's some advice you would give me?
Continue, continue doing this for the right reasons. Like
Yeah,
DLC said, like, yeah, don't chase anything. Do everything for passion. Do everything out of things that you truly love, because it's going to satisfy you. Because the reason you did it, you're going to be happy with it regardless, because you're doing it out of passion. You're doing it out of things you love. Yeah, like when it comes to things like this that you do for passion, do it for that reason. Don't try to chase behind no names or nothing like that. I tell myself this because I've done this before and it failed me. So that's what I'm going. I'm doing this out of love. So yeah, do your passion things just for that, for passion and for love of that thing. That's it. That's all the advice I would give you, bro.
thank you very much, man. My advice for you, continue to stay consistent. Continue to do it for the right reason, man, because you have some incredible music.
Thank you, man.
You're creating this phenomenal lane for yourself, brother.
Thank you so
And
much.
from king to king, you know what I mean? I appreciate your art. I appreciate your lyricism. I appreciate your love for being a real MC.
Thank you so much.
I'm thankful for MCs like you, man, that's still doing it for the right reason, man. So please, I beg you to do not lose that, brother, because we need MCs, like we need you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Wow, bro. Thank you.
you're important to the culture. All right.
Thank
And
you. All right.
that would be my advice for you, man, because
Thank you so much, bro.
I love what you're doing, man. Thank you for being a part of episode 68 of Hanging with A podcast as well.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No problem at all, man. I'm gonna check out that album. Make sure you send me that link. I'm definitely
Oh, I'm
gonna
about to send
cop.
it to you right now.
I'm definitely gonna cop a vinyl as well.
I appreciate you.
But I appreciate you, man. Nothing but love, man.
Same, bro. Thank you so much.
No problem at all.